Forget everything you think you know about geopolitical battlegrounds. The great power struggle of the 21st century is not being fought with tanks and soldiers in some distant desert. It's happening right now, in the bustling cities and digital spaces of Nigeria. And the stakes couldn't be higher. So why Nigeria? First, the numbers are staggering. By 2050, Nigeria will be the third most populous country on Earth. Its massive youth population is a ticking clock. They could become a powerful consumer market and workforce, or a source of immense instability that spills across the globe. As Africa's largest economy and a top oil producer, whichever power holds influence here shapes global energy and trade. Nigeria is also the last line of defense against extremist groups spreading from the Sahel. If Nigeria destabilizes, the entire West African coast is at risk. This is why the world's superpowers are all scrambling for a foothold. China is playing the long game, using its debt-for-infrastructure strategy. They're building railways, ports, and 5G networks, embedding Nigeria into their economic and digital ecosystem, aiming to sideline Western influence for good. Then there's Russia. Their tactics are more covert, focused on disinformation and security partnerships. They push narratives that paint the United States as an unreliable, hypocritical partner, trying to wedge a gap in the security relationship and fuel anti-Western sentiment. And what about the United States? For years, the U.S. relied on soft power, things like tech partnerships, cultural ties, and promoting democracy. Their massive new embassy in Abuja is a clear signal, a command hub to counter the influence of its rivals. The goal is to keep Nigeria anchored to Western markets and democratic values. This competition is playing out on three key fronts. First, it's a war of economic models. The U.S. champions private sector growth, funding tech startups and venture capital. China, on the other hand, offers huge, state-backed infrastructure projects with no political strings attached. A very tempting offer for Nigerian leaders who need to deliver rapid development. The second front is digital sovereignty. Huawei is building out Nigeria's 5G and fiber optic networks. This raises a critical question. Will Nigeria's digital future be under Chinese influence? The U.S. is trying to counter with partnerships from Silicon Valley, but they lack the coordinated, state-level push that China brings to the table. The third front is security. U.S. military aid often comes with human rights conditions, which can slow things down. Russia exploits this by offering weapons and mercenaries with no questions asked, appealing directly to factions within Nigeria's security forces who are desperate for results. But here's the crucial point everyone misses. Nigeria is not a passive chessboard. Nigerian leaders are incredibly savvy. They are actively playing these global powers against each other, extracting maximum benefits from all sides. They'll take infrastructure from China, security support from the U.S., and diplomatic leverage from Russia. They are not pawns, they are players. Public opinion is just as complex. You have urban youth who are deeply connected to American pop culture and technology. At the same time, many others resent what they see as Western lecturing and are drawn to China's efficiency or Russia's anti-colonial messaging. For the United States, Nigeria has become what some call the last firewall in Africa. If Nigeria pivots fully toward China and Russia, it could set off a domino effect across West Africa, validating authoritarian models of government and crippling American influence on the continent. After decades of relative neglect, the U.S. is finally realizing that Nigeria is indispensable to its global strategy. So, the battle for Nigeria isn't about territory, it's about the future. It's a contest of economic models, technological standards, and competing visions for the world. The outcome will shape not just Nigeria's destiny, but whether Africa's future aligns with democratic ideals or a new form of state-led capitalism. The fight is on, and the world is watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you found this breakdown interesting, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the forces shaping our world. See you in the next one.